Salvete, Latin learners. Today we are going to cover a very important grammatical concept called Ablative Absolute. Let's first dissect the words in this grammatical structure. Ablative Absolute. The first word is ablative. It means that more than one word has to be in ablative case. And then it has to be a subject noun in the ablative case and a verb in participle in ablative case. If there's no verb, that's fine. When you describe someone in certain situation, you can use an adjective or another noun as long as it's in ablative case. For example, Januaru in eunte, Januario is in ablative case. So was the participle in eunte. It actually means when January begins. Another example from the letter salva tarentia doesn't have a verb because the verb is to be. So the phrase actually means while Tarentia is in good health. Tarentia is the subject noun and salva is the predicate adjective. The second word in this grammatical phrase is absolute. It comes from the Latin verb absolvo, absolvere, absolvi, absolutus, meaning to loose from, to set free. Therefore, the ablative absolute refers to a group of ablative case words that are relatively free from the main clause to express time or situation. Here's the time for you to do some exercise. Please first identify the main verb and main subject. Then find the ablative absolute structure phrase and try to translate it. If you have unknown words, please check the dictionary. Now you can pause the video. Okay, now I assume you check the words and identify the structure. Bravo! The ablative absolute term is summa accusatoris voluntate. It's trickier than the previous example because it contains a genitive in between two ablative words. It means the goodwill of the prosecutor is the greatest. So if we translate the whole phrase, it means we have the juries we want with the greatest goodwill of the prosecutors. And the ablative absolute here serves as additional information describing the situation. Now to recap, for how to spot an ablative absolute and how to translate it, first you search for more than one ablative together, and then that is a sign of ablative absolute. And then you see if those words are rather separated from the main clause or not. And then you see whether those words contain a noun and a verb. If so, it's easy. And then if it doesn't have a verb, then it may have an adjective or a predicate or anything that goes together with that ablative noun. Then you can translate them as a phrase to express time or situation or additional information for the main clause.